In this video, we'll be talking about mass spectrometry. Here we have a mass spectrum and we have 5 options for the corresponding compound. The M value for this compound is going to be 100. If we look at octane, octane is an M value of 114. So that will not be the answer. If we look at option D, the M value is 86. That will also be the incorrect answer. For heptane, we would not get fragment peaks at 85. That will not be the correct answer. For B, for 2-methylhexane, we would not get a base peak of 57. We would get a base peak at 43. Therefore, B is not the correct answer, and we are left with A. A has the appropriate M value, and it will form the base peak at 57. For the next one, we have an M value of 87. If we start with A, 1-hexanol has an M value of 102. That will not be the correct answer. If we look at E, the M value is 74. That cannot be the correct answer. If we look at 2-pentanol, if we are to do alpha cleavage, which would be cleaving those 2 carbons, we would get peaks at 45 and 15. We would get a stronger peak here, and we would get a stronger peak at 45, not 42. Therefore, we can eliminate 2-pentanol. For C, we would have alpha cleavage again. This would form a larger peak at 59. That is not present. So that will not be the correct answer. Therefore, B is the correct answer. If we have alpha cleavage, we will cut here, and we can also cut here to form 2 secondary carbocations. This, along with the loss of water, will give the desired peaks on the spectrum, notably the 42 base peak. For this one, we have an M value of 136, or M plus 2 at 138. If we look at A, the M value is going to be much higher. Therefore, A cannot be the correct answer. For B and E, these both contain chlorine atoms. And looking at the spectra, we do not see the chlorine signature present. We see a 1-to-1 ratio of our M plus 2. Therefore, the compound cannot contain any chlorines. To decide between C and D, we have to look at the number of carbons present. For C, we have 4, and for D, we have 3. If we have a base peak at 57, this suggests 4 carbons. Therefore, C is going to be the correct answer. For the last one, we have a fairly large methyl peak, and we have a chlorine signature here. with the 3-to-1 ratio. Since we know we have a chlorine atom, we can eliminate B and E. For D, we can eliminate because we will not get our desired M value of 50 and we will not get a 15 peak. For C, we will have an M value that is way too high. The M value for this spectrum only suggests one chlorine atom, therefore leaving A as the correct answer. That concludes the video on mass spectrometry.